So what are soliloquies and why are they horrible for us autistics? First, I'm not talking about the Shakespearean soliloquy. I'm talking about the inner talks that plague our mind even if it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, I have a whole chapter about this in my first book, talking about what I mean by soliloquies, why I call them soliloquies, and I have a long video on YouTube. But in short, a soliloquy is when you talk things out and no one else is around, but it's a way to process and to cope after something happened. Usually when someone bullies you or is mean to you, or how could this conversation have gone better? Some of my longest soliloquies lasted like 3 or 4 hours, and usually at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, when somebody is mean to us or says something horrible or does something horrible to us, it's hard for us to forget it, and we could go over it in our mind even years after it happened. There's some things that I find myself talking about even if it happened like 5 or 10 years ago. So what are some pros and cons? Well, some of the pros include that you're processing it, you're talking it out, you're not holding it inside. But here's a con: you're not actually talking it out to a person, and sometimes it takes hours away from you when you're supposed to be sleeping or studying or working, and then you realize how long you've been talking things out, and if you were to repeat it, it would probably take equally as long. I believe that it is horrible. Yes, you get relieved, but that relief is temporary. I acknowledge that every neurodivergent is unique and that there are some neurotypicals who might exhibit part of this, but the difference is that we could be so bogged down and interrupted by our thoughts even years later. So if you can relate regardless of calling them soliloquies, feel free to talk about it in the comments. Thank you for watching.